I'm your unfortunately, my co-host for today, Gretchen Comer, is unable to be with us because her internet is not working quite right. I'm just getting up the chat so I can hear from you if you're here. Anyhow, so I'm going to be with you solo today, talking about moving into a synchronous flow with life. And it's kind of interesting with this because Gretchen was just here and her internet was really bad. So she left, but I'm in a space of being in the synchronous flow with the situation that's here. And I'm always happy to be here. I think it's such a wonderful opportunity to come together um, and start the week off on a high note. If we can just bring in more love and light with the intention of holding that through the week, I think it's really valuable for all of us. So, talking about the synchronous flow, as part of our focus, actually, we're going to be using oracle cards. I say we because I'm so used to having we. I'm going to be using an oracle card. And the idea to me of using oracle cards has a lot to do with synchronicity, because it's a way to synchronously receive information and energy and blessings that we wouldn't otherwise receive. So we can ask for what the valuable messages for us today, and I'll be doing that with the oracle cards, just asking what would be of most value to those of us who are here together today. If you're here with me, I would really appreciate it if you would say hello. If you're new, tell us where you're from, and feel free to comment, ask any questions, share your insights. I just would love to hear from you. And our plan, of course, is to follow the synchronous flow into what's in store for us today, including both the oracle cards and a special meditation for integrating the blessings that we're receiving together. And I'm shuffling the cards now. As always, I want to thank you for joining us and being sources of love and light for the world. I think that it's one of the best things we could possibly do, because the world needs us. It needs that vibration to be distributed in the midst of the lower frequencies that are really dominating humanity at this time. And I see Nikki's here. Welcome, Nikki. I'm so glad to see you. As you can see, I'm here solo. Gretchen was supposed to be here, and her internet wasn't adequate for it today. So I'm here in the synchronous flow with you myself. So as always, I'd also like to start just by taking a few nice breaths to bring our energy together, whether you're here live or at any time during the week or any week, just joining into the vibration and just breathing in a few wonderful breaths of the most amazing, loving light, whatever you want, miraculous flow, energy, asking the beings of light around us to surround us with beautiful blessings. And as you exhale, you can release any tension you notice in your body, just any discordant energy you sense around you. So breathing in that beautiful love and light, fully embracing life with the in-breath, and fully releasing with the exhale. That's wonderful. It always feels so good, and it amazes me how much just a few breaths of love and light how much that can contribute to one's state. It's something you can do any time of the day to lift your state, and also to get out of momentums. We tend to be in momentums, and when we're in momentums, kind of like I'm out there in the future, like I have to do this, I have to do that, whatever. We're not in the synchronous flow. the synchronous flow is when we're able to be in the moment and be present to what's happening, because we know that life is supporting us. And it's an amazing place to be. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to draw a card from the Masters of Light Wisdom Oracle by Catherine Skaggs. And she's a wonderful combination of a luminary and artist. She actually designed or painted all of the cards, and each one has a being of light connected with it and a message. So I'm going to draw a card asking to receive a message that would be of great value for all of us who are here today, or whenever we come together, whenever you're here. And this is interesting. The card is called Dream Anew. Pay attention to your night dreams and your daydreams. They are your soul's guidance system. And the being associated with this card is called the Pleiadian Angel of Dreams. And this is her beautiful illustration here. So I'm going to look in the book and see what it says about Dream Anew. This also reminds me that I see Babs is here. Hi, Babs. Happy Sunday to you too. We had a new moon yesterday, and if you are familiar with the lunar cycles, what that means is it's the time when new things can emerge. So the first part of the moon up to the full moon is the active new energy coming in, and then at the last half of the cycle is about going more internally and reflectively into what's important at that time. So Dream Anew feels so appropriate with it being a new moon and a new cycle. And it says the Pleiadian Angel of Dreams mantra is dream a new dream. She moves between the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious realms, understanding how intention, thought, emotion, and action create the worlds we live in. She comes from the higher dimensions of consciousness to teach you that life is a dream and that you are a dreamer of your reality. On some level, conscious or unconscious, you create the fabric of your experiences through fear or love. Pay attention to your night dreams, visions, synchronicities, people, and experiences of your waking daily life. Each part of your soul's symbolic language, revealing how you are creating and experiencing life. There are never any mistakes about who is present or what you are experiencing, whether love or crazy chaos. Everything is a reflection of deeper states of love or fear. And that's another thing, having understood that everything is holistic, that everything is connected and everything has meaning. This is of great value to us if we're wanting to be in the synchronous flow, because life is providing messages to us all the time, throughout our days, every day. And if we're open to what those messages might be, and what really our guides, our own higher selves, those who are supporting us in the higher realms, what they're wanting to tell us, if we're open to that, life becomes more magical and mystical than ever before. So it's a wonderful journey. It says, in terms of paying attention to symbols and such, it says, feel into each symbol as you learn its energy. Ask your heart to know, and your mind will be evident in understanding. And I think this is an important point too about symbolism that I've learned working with people doing healing and guided visualization processes, that whatever you perceive with all of your senses, your inner senses, has meaning. So if, for instance, I can remember a time I was actually in a hypnotherapy class. It was so interesting. It was going to a place for healing, like going to a healing temple or someplace for healing. That was the visualization. And so the teacher guided a student into this process and to the place where the healing was to occur. And the woman who was the client at the time, she saw a healing temple on one side. It was like to the left of her, there was a healing temple. And to the right, there was a lake. And in the lake, there was a mermaid who was too big for the lake. In other words, the mermaid was trapped because the lake was not large enough for it to be able to expand. And it was so interesting to me. I remember it clearly even now, because what happened was the instructor was so focused on the healing temple that she completely ignored the mermaid who was trapped in the lake. And with that being what was most prominent in the visualization that the client was having, that was really where the healing could occur, at least the way that I would see it, because everything has meaning. And to me, just that idea of a mermaid being in a lake that's too small for it is pretty significant. So we never found out what that meant to her. But it really impressed me, and working with people and with myself now too, I pay close attention to the things that emerge in the visualization, because even if it's not exactly what you were asking for, it has meaning. And there's something inside us that just intuitively knows what that meaning is. I think if she had been asked, well, why is the mermaid trapped in a lake that's too small? And what comes to me now, just intuitively, is that the life she was living was too small for the divinity within her to be able to prosper. And that's a very significant thing when you think about it, that many of us have lives like that, where we're not focused on the immensity of the opportunities that are before us. And because of that, we're missing out on the opportunity to realize our full potential. Here's our bud, Mr. Buddy. So looking at that in relation to being in the synchronous flow, I can see where this idea of dreaming anew and being aware of what's going on within you and around you is so valuable, because that's what it's all about, is finding deeper meaning in all of the moments of our lives. And I love that message. So there was a little bit more there in the book. Let me see if there's anything that stands out. Here's another part of it, which is no big surprise, really, for those who know us. Do your best to trust your heart and its desires. Your soul's guidance system is always on track when you honor your heart's desires, giving purpose and meaning to your life. However, if fear has gotten in the way of living your life in joy, reflect upon your true desires and dream anew. Your dream symbol system is honest, if you will be too. Return to joy and fulfillment. Reflect wisdom as you learn to create with intention and love. And of course, we have this little loving being who showed up just now. And that's meaningful to have a beautiful being like this in my life. For me, it certainly is meaningful. So with that, I think I'm just going to go into a meditation that will support us in being in the synchronous flow. So, buddy, you can stay with me. And we can invite the Pleiadian angel of dreams to join us, this is a being I'm not familiar with. It might be something new and wonderful for us. So with that, can start by closing our eyes. As always, breathing in more of that beautiful love and light from the universe around us. Just the most amazing light for you. And that's with your intention. You can create this kind of an experience where you receive the most amazing, miraculous, mystical possibilities for you. So breathing in that wonderful light. And as you exhale, again, allowing yourself to release anything that isn't serving you now. As I suggested, it could be tension, it could be low density kind of energy that you want to just allow it to flow down through your body into the earth where it can be neutralized and transformed back into light. So breathing in that beautiful love and light into every cell of your body. Can breathe it into any areas where you feel tension, maybe around your shoulders or neck. We often carry tension, shouldering, like we have to shoulder the weight of the world. Again, understanding the synchronous messages that are within our experiences. And releasing with the exhale. It's wonderful to breathe that energy into the mind. Just allowing your brain to relax and allowing thoughts to flow through and allowing quiet if that's possible. What I like to do is ask for any thoughts that I don't need now to leave, because they can come back later and evaluate. They often want to evaluate the experience of whatever is happening now. They can come back, and so I just ask them to float away on little bubbles, kind of like characters, little bubbles. And just allow your mind to relax. As usual, also asking any energy that is not your own in your space, which includes within your body and the energy field, the ball of energy surrounding you, that is your energy field. Just ask any energy that's not your own to go back where it came from. Could be from other people, other places, other times. Just send it back lovingly. And similarly, we leave bits of ourselves in other times, other places, with other people. If our focus is on someone else, we're leaving bits of ourselves often with them. So we can just bring our energy back. And doing those two things, you might also notice that you're more present in your body, which feels synchronously valuable, really, for being able to assess what's here for you in this moment. And it's really up to you to decide, too. I'd say this is a time when we can integrate more love and light into our lives, just be in a synchronous flow with life. It is being in that flow is joyful, it's loving, it's illuminating, it's magical. It can be magical and mystical. So we can breathe in more light now, becoming so light we feel ourselves floating up into the atmosphere. We'll go to a beautiful mystical mountaintop, one that's high enough up in the upper atmosphere that we're not affected so much by the mass consciousness thought forms that really are around us all the time and impacting us, especially if we're in urban environments. It's less so in the countryside, but it still is there. So rising up to that wonderful mystical place, the perfect place for you. Being in the synchronous flow allows you also to decide what you want to create, because you are the creator of your life. So we want to joyfully create the experience of being on the most magical mountaintop around, the most mystical, the most supportive of who we are genuinely. Looking back at the mermaid in the lake, we want to be in an environment. We want to create our own environment such that we can expand. So just imagine settling in on that mystical mountaintop in a place where you can just allow yourself to expand, allow the energy in your energy field to expand out with more light. We also contract our energy. We hold ourselves in because of the expectations of society and those around us. So just allow that energy to expand out, which feels more supportive and just more relaxing. Just allowing yourself to be fully yourself in the moment. And with that, I see the Pleiadian angel of dreams with us, along with Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael, who are here to support us and keep us safe. And if you ever encounter a being in your inner explorations and you're not sure if they come from the light, it helps to have Archangel Michael with you, because he is here to protect us. And also to ask that being if it comes from the light. And since this Pleiadian angel is new and I'm not really familiar with her energy, I'd just like to ask her to confirm that she's from the light. And she does. She says, indeed. And she hands me a heart to let me know that we're connecting heart to heart. And of course, that's what we're here for, all of us, is to connect from heart to heart, with the heart being the place where the soul connects with the body, where actually the spirit of our Creator, a spark of divine light from God, is present in our hearts. So when we connect from heart to heart, we're connecting from the truth of who we are to the truth of who others are around us. And of course, this also puts us in the synchronous flow. If we're coming from a place of fear of those around us and separation, we're not in that flow. We can't be, because it's a different vibration than the synchronous flow is. The synchronous flow vibrates with love and joy and miracles and magic, peace and harmony, aliveness, supportiveness, blessings, gratitude, those kinds of things. So we can be here receiving blessings from the Pleiadian Lady of Light, or Angel of Light, of Dreams, actually, Pleiadian Angel of Dreams, Pleiadian Lady of Light. She said, that's fine too. She said that she is a Lady of Light. And she is here to support us in realizing our dreams. So we can reflect on that, because synchronously, this is the time of month, right in the time of the new moon, when we can open to something new and then ride a wave, that wave of energy that will carry us forward. And just sensing in your own mind and being what it means to you to be in the synchronous flow. What it is that you can add that will provide more of that synchronous sense of always being in connection with the divine into your moments throughout the day. And of course, in terms of vibration, just again, breathing in more love and light, being present in the moment, which is easiest actually if we decide we're going to make that the most magical, miraculous, mystical experience ever, or whatever appeals to you, the most peaceful, loving experience. If that's our focus, then we are much, much more in that synchronous flow just by the connectedness of the energy, of the vibration that we're connecting with. And of course, this is also the place of aliveness for us. We're most alive when we feel ourselves being in our bodies, being who we really are in the moment. That aliveness does reside also in our hearts. So when we repress that, we repress our heart's joy, our heart's desires. And you can feel it now, just not allowing yourself to have dreams, not allowing yourself to know that you're on a positive path to enlightenment, if that's what you're seeking. It can feel devastating. And also, you might notice you can just feel your energy wane. Whereas if you open to it, open to the light that is available to support you from the Pleiadian angel of dreams, from Metatron, from so many beings of light who are around you, your own guardian angels, your own higher self, all here supporting you. And when you feel that and can feel that being true, then the energy feels very different, doesn't it? And I can feel that synchronous flow surrounding all of us now here in this moment. Again, whether you're here with us live or if you're coming at any time, you're joining into this experience. You're part of the experience. It's a timeless experience. We're all here together as one. And from that place on the mountaintop, just feel the synchronous flow. Can also, in any moment, just be intending to be in the synchronous flow, which is something that I do often. Just that I now move into the synchronous flow with joy and ease. These are things that I connect with the synchronous flow. Being in the flow with joy and ease, something we can choose in any moment. And doing so, what amazed me when I first started doing it is I would feel more joyful and things would happen more easily. A lot of times when things are stuck, when we're stuck, then we draw more things that keep us stuck. And when we're in flow, in a place of flow, we draw to us more things that keep us in that flow and help us to continue on that flow. So we can make that part of our intention now, to be in the synchronous flow with life. And you can define it however you want. The synchronous flow with joy and ease, I love. It can be the synchronous flow with peace and harmony. Obviously, the world needs that now. And if in this moment we imagine the whole world in the flow with peace and harmony, how different that is from what is actually occurring right now, especially. So we can, in this moment, then clarify our intention of the world that we want to create. And what will happen is we will create more of that around us locally in our own personal worlds. And that radiates out and invites it to travel further for more people to connect with that energy. So I acknowledge again the Pleiadian angel of dreams. You can ask if she has a message for you or a gift for you. This is another really wonderful thing to do when you connect with different beings of light. Like I said, she handed me a heart. I think she says she has a heart for she has a heart for everyone, which is interesting metaphorically to have a heart for everyone. That's love. So just notice if she has anything for you. And it might be something, she might just say something to you that's the perfect message for you in this moment, synchronously in this moment. And then with that, we can prepare to return back to where we are, where our bodies are resting, just floating down beautifully, magically, mystically, however it feels good to you, back into your body, feeling your feet firmly on the ground, whether they're touching the ground itself. Just imagine your feet are touching Mother Earth and receiving blessings from her as well. And then breathing in more active energy. We want to come back to a brain state that is more conducive to our normal activities. So just breathing in that active energy now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And of course, in the circle, it is our intention to bring in light and love so that we can share it with the world. So I'm going to do that now. I see Sharon here. Hi, Sharon. And I have this little planet. I just imagine, buddy, I just imagine a world surrounded with love and light. And this was actually what gave me the original inspiration to focus on love, because love is actually, it is the ultimate solution. And if we can focus on love and what that really means, divine love, where everything is connected, where everyone is worthy, everyone and everything is worthy of love, we can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ultimately is going to do it. War doesn't help, by the way. So we can just send that radiation of love and light out to the world. You can send it out to your local community, to, first of all, of course, fill your whole space with it, whatever your home and your property is on, or whatever your property you're in that is yours, your space. Just fill it with love and light. We have asked the nature spirits, the elemental beings who support our space, to fill it with a sacred energy of loving, sacred energy, and just create it as a sacred space. So you can have that intention, and then send it out to people you know, maybe who need it, need more love, especially, particularly in this moment, to your local community, to politicians in Washington, D.C., who are having such a hard time loving each other, not even actually aiming for it. Anywhere in the world where you want to support love and light. I see Bab says, thank you, Jane, in the flow with joy and ease. It really is a wonderful little mantra. That's my favorite one. And it's all purpose. It always is appropriate to be in the flow with joy and ease. And if joy doesn't feel right, if there is something that doesn't feel joyful, it could be peace and ease. You can modify it a little bit, but most of the time joy and ease works. So for me, that feels complete. And I wanted to let you know how you can connect with Awakenings Institute, the nonprofit organization that we have co-founded, my husband Philip and me. And the purpose of Awakenings Institute is to create a more loving world where the individual, the unique gifts that each individual brings are honored and nurtured. So all of us can do that. And Bab says, I'm in that flow when I remember the love that holds us all. It's true. Here's another thing I use, another just side thought. Selenite is a really amazing substance. This is a selenite heart. And just holding the selenite heart, which actually what it does is it raises the vibration of anything that it's around, that it's in contact with, and it clears negative energies and restrictive vibrations. So it lifts the vibration. I have all kinds of selenite all around me most of the time because I love it so much. And it is a very unique stone. It also will clear other stones, clear your jewelry, clear oracle decks, like clear the energy in your oracle decks so that it remains pure. Wonderful, yes. And to connect with Awakenings Institute, we have a free resource kit for light workers, spiritual healers, way showers, and any spiritual person. And it has an excerpt from our book, The Loving Power of Your Soul, which is also obviously focused on love, and other resources. You can find that, and I'm giving you a tiny URL because our website are pretty long. So it's tinyurl.com/spiritual-kit. My husband and Philip and I also created an ebook called The Solution: Make a Difference and Change the World with the Power of Love. This is an ebook that is completely free. We created it so that it could be shared potentially with more people who don't understand the value of love. It talks about it from a spiritual and a scientific perspective, and an intuitive perspective, 3 perspectives, and makes it clear that love is the best thing. Love is, it's life enhancing. I mentioned aliveness. So if you're in a loving place, you're actually increasing the amount of life energy that you're embracing, which can actually it can extend your life. In other words, it extends longevity. Whereas if you look at the other side of the spectrum, which is fear and stress and hatred and all of those things, stress itself has been studied quite a bit, and it has been shown to be associated with just about every disease imaginable to human beings. And it has the effect of actually reducing longevity. So just from a strictly physical perspective, this is a great thing. And spiritually, obviously, is an amazing thing. So you can get that book at tinyurl.com/444. And that's the number 4 3 times -solution. And we encourage people to get it and to share it with your loved ones. Maybe people, if they understand more clearly why it is that love is such a great benefit to us all. And actually it is the ultimate solution. It is where we're going. If you want to know where the spiritual path is going, it's love, period. Very easy. Anyhow, thank you for being here also, and being beings of light and love to the world, because the world obviously needs that. And you can also support the circle on Facebook by following our page, sharing this video with your friends on Facebook, and inviting friends to join you in the circle and talking about it. Um, that's a wonderful way to connect with something that's a higher level. Um, the page on Facebook is facebook.com/awakenings with an S circle all together. Facebook.com/awakenings circle. So the final thing we do, and Nikki says, thank you for being here. What a treasure you are. Thank you so much. And Bab says, much love to you, Jane and Philip, and of course, Buddy and Foxy. Foxy's our other little dog. Thank you. And thank you, really, thank you all. The last thing we do is send that love and light out into the coming week. So we can just imagine our week saturated or flooded with love and light. Just sending it forward. You can also send it into your past. All love and light, knowing that as you move forward in the week, that you're supported more by these qualities of love and light. We invite you to join us again next week. Thank you again for being here. Have a wonderful week.